Hello dear students, today we'll have a discussion on the questions of ratios and proportion. Before we jump into the chapter, we'll understand few basic points. What is ratio? Ratio is division of two quantities or two numbers. If two numbers are given like this 3 by 4, we can represent in the ratio as 3:4. And look at one simple question. What is the ratio of 8 books to 20 books? So 8 by 20. We can also take it as 4 twos are and 4 fives are, which is going to be 2:5. What is the use of the ratio? So basically ratio useful for the comparison of the quantities. For example, you have the data like this. In the classroom, boys and girls are in the ratio of 3:5. Who are more here? Boys or girls? We can compare this very easily by looking at boys are 3 parts and girls are 5 parts. 5 parts is more than this, so definitely we can say girls are more. But if the question is how many girls are more, can we say that? So remember this point, boys and girls are in the ratio of 3:5 means what we can understand is not only 3 and 5. So boys can be 3 and girls can be 5. It is a one of the possibility, but not only one possibility. If you take a multiplier as 2, then 3 into 2 6 and 5 into 2 10. If you take a multiplier as 3, then 3 into 3 9, 5 into 3 15. Or if you take a multiplier as 4, 3 into 4 12, 5 into 4 20, all these are the possible values. That means we cannot say 3 boys and 5 girls, it can be any one of this. But the point which I want to convey is, if you see boys and girls are in the ratio of 3:5, that means boys are 3 parts. 3 parts means any one of the value which will come in 3 table. Girls are 5 parts. 5 parts means any one of the value which will come in 5 table. Remember this. Okay. For example, the question is given like this. In a box, the ratio of red marbles to blue marbles is 7:4. Which of the following could be total number of marbles? Red marbles are 7 parts and blue marbles are 4 parts. The total number of marbles must be 11 parts. That means your answer choice must be 11 parts. 11 parts means what? Answer must be 11 multiplier. You look at the options which are 11 multiplier. The 11 multiplier is only 22. You can mark it as answer. The point which I want to convey here is, whenever you are solving ratio question, whatever is a quantity required, look at the ratio and look at the multiplier of that will use the answer quickly, or at least you can use that for eliminating the option choices when you are in exam. Let's start with the questions. The first type of question where you are able to see that boys and girls are in the ratio of 3:5. The total number of students are 40. Find the number of boys. So if you observe, they given the ratio and they given the total value boys and girls together, and they are asking the number of girls here or number of boys or how many girls are more than boys, any question. What you do is, I suggest you to solve these questions using the parts method. So parts method here, boys are going to be 3 parts and girls are going to be 5 parts, and we are able to see that the total number of students are 40. What you have to do is, just you look at the number given in the question, equate with the equivalent parts. That means boys and girls are together, we are able to see 8 parts, and that 8 parts value is 40. From this data, we can say 1 part value is 5. He is asking number of girls. Girls are going to be 5 parts. We can say 5 into 5, 25 indicates the number of girls. Boys are going to be 3 parts. That means 3 into 5, number of boys are 15. Like that, we can solve the question. What we need to do in all these questions is, just observe the number which is given in the question, connect with the equivalent parts and find out 1 part value and figure out whatever is the required quantity. Let's start with the another question. A is to B is 3:5. A plus B is 24. What is A value? So we are able to see 24. 24 is indicating sum of these two. So A is actually 3 parts, B is 5 parts. Sum of the parts are 8. 8 parts is equal to 24. That means 1 part value is 3. They are asking you to find out the A value. A is actually 3 parts. If 1 part is 3, 3 parts is going to be 3 into 3, 9. Mark the answer as 9. Look at another question. A is to B is 2:5. B is equal to 25. What is A value is a question. If you can observe, the B value is 5. B value is 5 means 5 parts value is given as 25. and 1 part value is equal to 5 here. They are asking A value. A is actually 2 parts. If 1 part is 5, 2 parts is going to be 10. Look at one more. A is to B is 7 is to 11. B is 400 more than A. What is A value? So if you can observe, there is a number 400 here. What is this 400 represents? B is 400 more than A. Actually, in terms of parts, how much it is more than A, we'll try to observe. B is 11 parts. A is 7 parts. How many parts it is more than A? It is 4 parts more. And that 4 parts value is equal to 400. That means 1 part value is 100. And actually, the question here is A value. A value is 7 parts. 7 into 100, which is giving a result as 700. Mark it as answer. Look at one last question based on this. A is to B is to C is 3 is to 2 is to 4. A plus B plus C given, A value they are asking. So 81 is indicating sum of all. Sum of the all numbers in terms of parts, if you check, 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts. 3 parts, 2 parts, 4 parts. What is the sum of the parts here? Sum of the parts is 9. 9 parts is 81. 1 part is 9. They are asking you to find out A value. A value is 3 parts. 3 into 9, 27. Let's start with the questions which are related to this. So in all the questions, what you need to do is look at the number, connect with the equivalent part, find out 1 part value, find out the required one. Look at the first question on it. 2500 is divided into 2 persons in the ratio of 2 is to 3. Then share of the second person is. How to solve the question? You can just observe 2500 is divided between 2 persons in the ratio of 2 is to 3. That means 2 parts for the first person, 3 parts for the second person. The total sum of the parts is 5. 5 parts value is 2500. That means 1 part value is equal to 500. Now, the question here is share of the second person. Second person is getting 3 parts. If you know 1 part is 500, 3 parts is 3 into 500, which is 1500. Available as B, mark it as answer choice. Or otherwise, you can also look at the question in this way. They are asking you to find out the share of the second person. So, if you observe 2 is to 3 is the ratio. That means second person is going to get the share in 3 parts. 3 parts means what? Answer must be 3 multiplier. Look at the option which is going in 3 table, mark it as an answer choice. So we can easily identify 3 table number by looking at the digital sum. If you observe the digital sum is 1 here, 2 here, 4 here, not going in 3 table. This is 6 going in 3 table, mark it as an answer choice. Let's look at the next question on the screen. The price of the mobile and laptop are 5 is to 8. Laptop cost is 15,000 more than the mobile, then price of the mobile. So if you observe in this question, they compared the 2 prices. Mobile and laptop are actually in the ratio of 5 is to 8. And they given that laptop cost is 15,000 more than the mobile. Observe this number. Here he mentioned laptop is 15,000 more than the mobile. Laptop is 8 parts, mobile is 5 parts. How many parts it is more? It is 3 parts more. This 3 parts value is given as 15,000 for us. That means 1 part value is 5,000. And they are asking you to find out price of the mobile. Mobile is actually 5 parts. If 1 part is 5,000, 5 parts is 25,000. Mark the answer choice as option C. Look at the next question. The monthly salary of ABC are given in the ratio of 5 is to 4 is to 9. C monthly salary is 2,000 more than A. What is B salary is the question. So if you can observe, the ratio of these 3 people is 5 is to 4 is to 9. Look at the number and observe the number is a comparison between whom? C monthly salary is 2,000 more than A. Here the comparison is between C and A. C is getting 9 parts of the value. A is getting 5 parts of the value. How many parts C is getting extra here? C is getting 4 parts extra. That 4 parts value is 2,000. That means 1 part value is 500. But basically they are asking B salary. B is getting 4 parts. If 1 part is 500, 4 parts is 4 into 500, 2,000. Mark the answer choice as option A. Look at the next question. A sum of money is distributed among A, B, C, D in the ratio of 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4. If D gets 9,000 more than A, what is B share is the question. So if you observe, the ratio is given, A, B, C, D are getting in the ratio of 1:2, 2:3, 3:4. Look at the number, they compared between D and A. D gets 9,000 more than A. D is getting 4 parts. A is getting 1 part. How many parts D is getting extra than A? D is getting 3 parts extra. So you can just mark the answer choice. The 3 parts value is 9,000. That means 1 part value is 3,000. But basically they are asking you to find out the value of B. B is getting 2 parts. 1 part is 3,000. 2 parts is 6,000. Mark it as answer choice. Look at the last question. What is the ratio whose terms are differ by 80 and measure which is 4/9? If you can observe, 4/9 indicates what? 4/9 indicates 4:9. That means two numbers are in the ratio of 4:9. They differ by 80 is a given statement. Basically, if you observe 4 parts and 5 parts, what is the difference between these two? The difference between these two is 5 parts. This 5 parts value is 80. And 5 parts is 80 means we can say 1 part value is 16. Then 4 parts value is 4 into 16 which is 64. And 9 parts value is 9 into 16 which is 144. So mark the answer choice as 64:144. This is one approach. And if you want to use your common sense, you can also use your common sense in solving the question. What is the common sense here? They given that they measure 4:9 or 4/9. That means the first term is a smaller term, second term is a bigger term. Look at option A and D, you can simply eliminate them because the first term is bigger there. And if you observe, the first term is 4 parts, means what? Answer must be a 4 multiplier. Look at 49 never comes in 4 table, leftover is your answer. Mark it as 64:144. Thank you.